Hi everyone, good morning. Hi everyone, good morning. Is it morning really? Okay, wake up guys. I know post-lunch sessions is always hard to listen. Please be here with me next 35 minutes. Myself Chetan Hirapara. I am working as a lead data scientist right now, and my day-to-day life is talk with pre-sales guys, gather the requirement and implement those requirements, convert those requirements into GenAI POCs and projects. It's not working. Okay. Okay, so in today's session, I am going to talk about how GenAI is getting transformed the industries. Uh, then I know most of you are fond of traveling, right? I have seen thousand plus resumes and found one common thing. If it is a Java resume or .NET resume or whatever, if you check anyone's hobby, most probably there is a singing, traveling. So I'm definitely going to talk to you on this traveling part, and on my demo you will definitely going to love how travels can be easy using the GenAI agents. I have one small videos and you will definitely love how it can be helpful in your real life as well. So I will walk you through on that demo, and before that I will also talk about how to select the best model, as there are thousand plus models available on Hugging Face, then how we can select the best model out of them. So very first thing first, innovations can transform the industries. How many you are agree? How many of you are agree that GenAI is now getting transformed the industries? Okay, great. Can anyone tell me, like, in last 24 hours, have you ever used GenAI application in last 24 hours? Which kind of application? Yeah, of course. Except ChatGPT, there are thousands of applications. Internally, it is GenAI kind of application, LLMs and all these things, but even we don't know, right? So GenAI is now transforming the industries from research to medical domain to supply chain management. Everywhere, these things are getting changed. And now it is not a time to just build the POCs, right? Now it's time to adapt that. Now it's time to, it is an integral part of any project. Many companies, like I will say that 5 years back, companies were just focusing on consultancy, and if some products are there, they are just focusing on enhancing their products. But now everyone is trying to integrate GenAI, in either this way or this way. There are thousands of use cases. I will tell you in the going forward, there are thousands of use cases that can be easily integrated using the GenAI. You can move from POC to production within a week. And that's why industry transformations are happening now in the generative AI era. Now, many of you think that generative AI it is just one API, just call that any API and pass your parameters and that's it done. No, this is not. This is just a smaller part of the entire application. So big picture is very different. So generative AI is just tip on the iceberg. Behind the scene there is a storage, unstructured data, structured data. See, POC develop karna is very easy. But in the real time, suppose I was developing one POC like natural language to SQL transformations and execute that into the database, right? It is easy. But when my boss said that I have 1000 tables, all these 1000 tables are different schema. Now it's very complicated. You cannot pass this 1000 schema into prompts, right? So you have to design some better solutions in these cases. So POC development is easy, but when you go in the inside the below, there are a lot many things, SQL, NoSQL, data processing, data governance, right? So very important part. See, even you developing a POC, that is fine, but it is going to be integrated with some products, and there is most common questions that come very first from the stakeholder is, how can I rely on this, right? How many you are agree that ChatGPT is not leaking any data? Anyone here is agree that ChatGPT is not leaking your data? Like if you pass some schema, if you pass some image, it is not going to leak. Is it true or false? We don't know, right? Just because we don't know its architecture. Yeah, but if you go through some cloud provider, they are agree that we are not leaking any data. Yeah. So that kind of things, like people are not trusting even ChatGPT today, not on OpenAI, right? There is a possibility that there is a data leakage. Okay, how many you are here data scientists? Oh, I see, only few. Okay, so few years back, when there was some data science project, like let me talk, found the objects like how many trees are there or how many pipes are there, right? Very tedious task was data labeling. Are you agree? So if your client will say that this is 1 million images, now find out how many levels, how many trees are there, how many pipes are there, right? So that kind of task we were doing before 5 years, data labeling. That was very tedious task. Okay, then we were doing classifications, then measuring, then predicting, time series predicting, right? These all are the classic techniques. Now, after this ChatGPT and OpenAI came, this GPT 3.5 model is came. Now we are transforming from this like very tedious task to now speaking, drawing, writing, creating, right? So now LLMs is able to generate content, LLM is able to generate video, LLM is able to write good poems, good code, lot many things are there. Case to case basis, you can use the different LLMs that we are going to talk. Okay, so very first thing is, as I explained, GenAI is transforming the industries. We can build chatbots, and that chatbots can be applied in any industry. It could be insurance industry, it could be banking, finance, right? Boost employees' productivity. So in the morning session, one of the sessions, Ashish Bhai shared that Figma to UI core, right? So that is boosting productivity. Then Amazon Q developer, that is again boosting the productivity of developers. So these many things are already developed, and in the next few years, lot many other changes will be integral part of us. Okay, like few years back, like we were writing that CRUD, and from that CRUD we have to write one model, then view lot many things. Now ChatGPT or now this kind of LLMs can write it for you in very quickly manners, right? So that kind of employee boosting productivity is there. Enhance customer experience, as I said, chatbot, virtual assistant, all these things is already in place. In near future, still there are in many like banking and insurance, there are still it is a rule based, but in very soon everything is going to be replaced. Okay, when I say rule based, that means it requires some specific answers. If you give in some another format, it won't accept. But very soon, all these things is going to be replaced by LLM models and GenAI. Then optimize business processes. So you can consider that if there is one insurance industry and someone is claiming, so even today people are manually checking those entries, manually checking the check box amount and all these things, right? If you build one intelligent processing tool that can do end-to-end this checking within the 30 seconds, right? So it will be huge human efforts will be saved, and your productivity will automatically increase. So that kind of optimizations is applied. Also in supply chain industry, suppose there are two agents, one agent A and one agent B, they can talk with each other and they can manage all the supply chain. That could be possible within 1 or 2 years. So this is basically stack in this Amazon Bedrock. So there are two kind of models: foundational models and proprietary models. If you talk about the foundational models, so all the models that are available on Hugging Face, that we can say that are foundational models, and it is open source, right? Just because you don't need any kind of licensing over there, like Falcon, then Mistral. Then there are other models as well, like the recently Chinese researcher has built code QN, that is also good for code generation. So these are the foundational models, and these set proprietary models like AI21, Amazon, Anthropic, Cohere. These are the companies those are providing LLMs. Anyone have used any open source model directly from Hugging Face? Okay, few guys. Okay, so if you use any Hugging Face model, one of the biggest problem is maintaining the GPU. How you can optimize that, how you can run those in the AWS or any cluster. Especially, it is not something that you can run in your local computer. Even if you have a good M3 processor, MacBook, it is hard to run, right? So there are 705K plus models available on Hugging Face. How to select the best model? That is a quick question when developing any POC. One model cannot fit to any kind of use cases just because these foundational models are trained on thousands of data sets, but it is for generic purpose, right? How many of you have used like sentiment analysis or summary kind of task for LLM? Okay, good. So you are not doing a good task. Actually, there are small language model as well. When everyone is talking about a large language model, that doesn't mean that for small tasks you should apply that kind of LLM, generative AI kind of things. Even you can use small language model, convert into ONNX format and run in the CPU rather than running and costing on the GPU. So as I said, there are thousands of models, but which model I should select, that is totally based on case-to-case basis. Then if you talk about the orchestrations, so there is a LangChain and Llama Index. These are the orchestrations tool to build any generative AI applications. There is one more important component here is a vector database. So Bedrock is also providing MongoDB, then Pinecone, then the BC vector, all these options as vector database. If you are building any reg application on top of that. In this side, if you talk about the Bedrock, so there are agents, RAG, guardrails, evolution, real-time inference, and batch inference. So anyone know about the guardrails? What is guardrails? So guardrails is something that if you pass any inputs to the model, so first it will filter that and then pass to the model. If model is giving some inference, then first again it will be filtered in the guardrails and then passed to the users. Suppose I will pass my credit card number and I will ask to my LLM that, can you increase my credit limit? What will happen? My credit card number will get leaked, right? So guardrails will apply over there and it will replace the credit card number with masking or blocking and then pass to the LLM. And that's why it is important features here in the Bedrock internally. Then agents, I will talk more about the agents. I have one demo where agents is going to book flights and book the hotels. On top of that, so there are Amazon Q, then Amazon Q Connect, Amazon Q Developer. These are the latest services recently launched by Amazon within 1 year, and we have more sessions on that today. Okay, so this is the real world applications. How many of you have used RAG? Anyone have created RAG POC? Okay, great. So RAG has one problem, and that problem is limited knowledge, right? So when you apply some RAG, you're not sure that whether it will get the perfect chunks or not, whether it will get the perfect cosine similarity and all, right? And also the problem is that it cannot get the real-time data. Suppose someone will ask that how many people have attended today AWS Community Day Vadodara, right? It don't have answer just because it has limited knowledge. In that case, you can use agents. So agents are one software component that can orchestrate within the RAG architectures and that can get external world data as well. That can call to the API, that can call to the Google search, that can call to the SERP API, that can go call to the third-party API for any kind of third-party data. So that's why agents are more important. Now, since last 6 months, if you see, check on the LinkedIn, on the many GenAI companies, people are moving from RAG architecture to RAG plus LLM architectures. Okay, now shortlisting the LLM. Suppose your boss said that you have to implement on RAG applications. You can start. What will be the first task? Selecting the right model, right? Which model is a perfectly fit according to my use case. As I mentioned, if I just want to do sentiment analysis, positive, negative, and neutral, I should not use any kind of OpenAI or any kind of Bedrock model. Just because it is a very smaller task, you can run that models in your local computer. Even you can run that model on EC2, just CPU-based machine. No need to hire the GPU and deploy your model, or no need to use any Bedrock kind of models as well, Bedrock kind of service as well. So first you identify what kind of use cases you are going to work, and based on that you should identify the model. First, very important thing is context window. So context window means that how many total data from prompt plus from output, how many total number of tokens you can pass to the models. So there are different models. Some are supporting 16K, 16,000 context tokens. Some are supporting 32K. Even recently models are supporting 1 lakh plus token. So first you have to identify that how many data you are going to pass in the prompts and what is the expected outcomes. If it is a short, then you can also use the smaller context window machine, context window LLM. Next one is model size, 8 billion model, 70 million model. Identify what kind of use case you want to apply. If it is very complex, then only go to the higher parameters. Otherwise, small models can also work. Inference speed, this is a very important thing. If you are building some chatbot or virtual assistant, user won't going to hold over there just for your reply, right? Suppose I will just say that hi on the chatbot, and chatbot will come after 5 minutes. Hey, how are you? Will you accept that? No, right? So at that time, it must important that what is the inference speed. But if there is some use cases where you have to just generating the embeddings from 50,000 products from your backlog, from your metadata, it not required that it should be runtime. It should be executed instantly, right? You can make it in the batch processing. You can run it slowly. That is fine. Training data, what kind of training data you have, if you have image data, if you have video data, based on that, your selections will be different. Fine-tuning capability, this is most important. Today in Bedrock, there are, I will say, 100 plus models available, but not all models are able to fine-tuning. Why require fine-tuning? Can anyone help me in this answer quickly? Yeah, exactly. So very first step, suppose you are building any RAG application, very first step is evaluate your prompts. If you are trying 5 days, 7 days, your prompt is not getting work, then only go to the fine tuning. Fine tuning is costly. Second thing is fine tuning requires data sets. Fine tuning requires budget as well, right? So do not directly jump to fine tuning capability. First try with the prompt, enhance the prompt. If that works, then it's good. Tool uses, what kind of tool you can use, right? So different LLMs have different capabilities. Suppose you want to build something that can build a code, that can write a code. In that code build LLMs, what kind of tools you can use. Then costing, again costing is very important. Suppose I will say that for one message or for one inference, your model is going to cost you like 0.5 cents, it's very costly. So according to that, you have to select which model is the perfectly fit, according to use case, according to cost, according to inference speed. So these all are the important parameters when selecting the LLM. Okay, there are some public leaderboards. Helm is there is a benchmarking, there is a scoring. If you are a regular user of Hugging Face, then you might know about this. There are LMC's Chatbot Arena leaderboard, where you can find out that all the open source leaderboard LLMs, which are the performing top, which are the performing according to accuracy, on code generation, on relevancy score. So you can just note down that Helm and OpenLLM leaderboard will be available in Hugging Face, where you can sort out which models are performing well. So it's one kind of leaderboard of the LLMs. Four key ways to evaluating an LLM. Human review. Very first thing, it is very tedious task. It requires lots of efforts. So people don't do this. Manual evaluation. That means that I'm asking one question and I'm evaluating that question manually. So it is very time-consuming task. Next one is heuristic matrix. So you will give 1,000 of questions. You will have 1,000 answers. Then you will apply some kind of ROG and F1 and accuracy kind of matrices, and you will find out that how it is performing. Next one is AI grading. So LLMs, you just have one LLM that can be made as a judge. So there is one question fired, one answer fired. In between that, you will have one LLM that will judge whether the question is correct or not, whether this answer is correct or not. Last one is the performance and speed. Okay, so at what performance and what cost that particular instances is getting the response. So human review, it's very simple. I'm just giving it. So you have to check the subjectivity, context, nouns, and accountability, right? So as a subject matter expert, you know that if someone is asked like why Java is object-oriented programming, you know that context. So based on that context, you can say that answer is correct or not correct. Next one is scale out the human evolutions. So you can have this kind of like n number of conversations together. Then there could be some kind of bots, there could be some kind of humans in between that can continuously check coherence, accuracy, completeness, consistency. And all this can be summed up and together, and you can have feedback mechanism that can thumbs up and thumbs down, and based on that you can identify that my LLM model is perfectly good, getting fit or not in this particular data sets. Next one is automated metrics. As I said, like there is some blue, rug, that kind of score. It is like same like classic machine learning where we are training some more model. We are checking into the validation data set and we will checking the accuracy, L1 score, R score in the case of regression. So same kind of score are here, rug and blue. So that can give the relevancy of the answers. Next one is like automatic matrix. As I explained, like there is one human matrix and there is one LLM matrix. Both will be judging. Then there will be one kind of scoring mechanism. So each questions and each answers will get one score. You also human will be in the loop. Human will also check that answer relevancy score. If all okay, then it's go to the next. Otherwise, it will reject. So standard benchmarks can help you to socialize the model. So in Hugging Face, there are thousands of data sets. So if you take any data sets, apply one LLM on top of that and check what are the accuracies, raw score, blue score are getting out of that. And these are more like data sets example. You can see accuracy. Like if there is a bold data set, then it is more robust and more toxicity. If there is like another data set, then there is a different kind of matrices. So this is very helpful to finding the perfect LLM. So don't blindly don't blindly take any LLM and just apply on your use case. It totally depends on your use case. It totally depends what kind of data sets you have, what kind of task you want to perform. See, as I said, don't trust directly on them just because there might be possibility that your data is get leaked at the training time. Newer models will have that data as well. Data sets or tasks might not be similar to your use cases. Suppose you want to generate the code and you are using some another models that is more good for like chat models, right? Then it never give you good accuracy in the code generation. AI critics, it is LLM judging, as I explained, like there are some LLMs are continuously checking your answers and it will give you thumbs up and thumbs down. Alright, this is the example. So here I write one prompt. Your task is to evaluate the response to the relevant to the query and give each code like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does the provided response match the subject? So very simple. Java is object-oriented programming or not, right? And here the answer from LLM. So all the accuracy, relevancy I will score. I will give you 1 points. Like if it is matching, I will give 1 more points. At the end, I will have 1 total response. So whatever my question will be there, it will go to this, and my AI response will be this. Then different LLMs will check whether this relevancy score, accuracy score are matching or not. And according to that, I will collect all these feedbacks and I will select whether this model is good or not. Performance metrics, as we talked about, cost effectiveness, inference speed, model size, hardware accelerations, these are the very important things, right? Whenever someone will give you, suppose recently there was a code W and 1.5 model that was good for a code generation and SQL. If someone will say that take that model and do this, first make sure that that model is good, that model is perfectly running on your hardware or not, and then only take any models. Yeah, same inference speed and cost. So I will not going to talk on this. So you already know about what is inference speed and at what cost you are getting that inference. This is my demo. So enhancing travel experience. As I make sure that like everyone is loving the travel, right? So suppose I will tell you that suppose you want to go to Berlin from 1st December to 10th December. You will at least spend 7 days or 5 days to planning out, right? Very simple. Suppose you go to any agents in Baroda, travel agents. If you say that I have this budget, I want to visit a Berlin, he will ask you a couple of questions. From where you want to travel, what kind of your interest, right? And what is your total budgets? From which date you will back? Are you vegetarian, non-vegetarian, Jain? What kind of food preference? I have built such kind of demo where everything will be tackled care by agents. So agents will find out the perfect restaurant, agents will find out the perfect hotel, agents will find out the cheapest flight rate. It will say that you are flying from Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport, Ahmedabad to Berlin. This is a flight. This is the flight details. On the day 1, checking in this hotel. In the day 5, check out from this hotel. These are the activities you can do in the Berlin city. So such kind of agents can be possible now via LLM agents that provided by Bedrock. And this is the architecture. So you can host this application in Amplify. You can use Bedrock guardrails, Bedrock agents, and same kind of things you can also perform in the SageMaker. And you can directly call third-party API. You can see that there is a third-party API. It gets called by agents, and all the responses coming back to the guardrails. Then guardrails is called by AWS Lambda. So whatever the customer is asking, it will get that response within a couple of minutes. So it is definitely going to save time savings in the near future. Agree or not? Okay, let's go. So it's demo time. I would request you to please play the video number 1. So this is your agent-based LLM. LLMs here and agents both are. So in the first, I hope you are able to see. Enter your departure airport. So I am saying that Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. I would like to flight of first class. I would like hotel of 3-star, and this is my budget range, $100 to 500, and my agency started. So in the first page, I just set my preference. Everyone have a preference, right? So travel agents will also ask, what is your budget, what kind of food you would like, what kind of hotel you will stay. I just set my preference. Then I just initiated agents, and agent will say where you are planning to travel. I said that I want to travel to Berlin. Now agent will ask, what is the most important thing when you are traveling somewhere? City, date, correct? So agents will only ask 2 things, which city you are traveling and which date you are traveling. So I am just saying that 1st December to 5th December 2024. Now my agents will call flight APIs, my agents will call hotel APIs in the Berlin. It will gather all the data and it will give me one schedule, one itinerary. Okay, so inputs are taken. Now agents are processing, and it started processing 1st December to 5th December, which are the flights who is flying from Ahmedabad to Berlin. what kind of airlines are there. Then it will also searching the hotels. It is also searching what kind of activities I can do in the Berlin. Anyone have visited Berlin? Anyone have visited Berlin in past? So Berlin has one famous wall. Berlin has some museums. So all these kind of activities, it will also show me that you can visit this museum on this day or not. See, that's it. Ahmedabad to Berlin, Emirates flight, total 15 hours journey, beautiful lake. This is my hotel name, and this is the hotel stars and all these details. Next, it is saying that arrive in Berlin 1st December 2024. In the 2nd December, visit this particular gate, explore the museum, dinner at this German restaurant. It will give you the entire itinerary, isn't it? Right? So that's the beauty of LLM agents. Hold on, there is one more interesting video. Please play video number 2. In the video number 2, I am just setting one context. I visited Dubai last year and I stayed at beach resort, and temperature in the Dubai was 30 degrees Celsius. So what kind of inputs I given? I said that March, I like beach resort, I like 30 degrees Celsius, right? These 3 inputs I given. Now my automated agents, can you please start from the, just correct, start from the beginning. Yeah, this is my inputs. I cannot read it. I went to Tokyo. I went to Tokyo last November, and the temperature was around 15 degrees. My agent will go to the entire world. It will check that which are the beach resort which has a 15 degrees Celsius temperature in November. It will get all the flight details. It will get all the hotel details. It will give me the final output. So this is the beauty of agents. Same kind of task your local agents can't perform. It will have limited countries, it will have limited data, right? So it is the beauty of agents that have a real-time exploration, that has a real-time details of the flights, hotels, everything. Yeah, see. Now it is saying that there is one Mexico which has a November 15 degrees Celsius. Second one is Pattaya, Thailand. Next one is Morocco. It suggested me 3 locations. Out of these 3 locations, it will also suggest me this travel from which week of the November, which will be the best suitable deal according to your budget. Okay, thank you. That's all from this session. You can connect with me on LinkedIn if you have any questions. Also, I'm around up to 5 or 6 p.m. I'm here. If you have any questions about agents, you can contact me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chetan sir, for your amazing insights. Now I request Nirmal sir to felicitate Chetan sir for his contribution. Till then, I request everyone to please scan the QR for the feedback for the session. Please give a huge round of applause. Thank you, sir. Okay, now last but certainly not least, we are thrilled to welcome Mr. Toshal Khawle, Vice President Engineering Manager at JPMC, and Mr. Amay Vaidya, Technical Trainer at BrainFloss. They will show us how to enhance our AWS security posture using AWS Security Hub. In this age of increasing digital threats, securing our system is more important than ever. Please welcome them. The stage is yours, sir. Please give them a huge round of applause.